Hi everyone, I hope that my thingy is working. LOL, so quirky of me. So assuming that I'm live, happy 4th of July. You know, it's the 3rd of July, and also if you don't live in America, I can't even explain what 4th of July is, really. It's just Merca, you know what I mean? Wow. So anyways, today I'm going live unbearably late. I mean, I guess I never really had a specific time that I do go live. Anyways, so I'm so sorry about that. But I figured it might be chill to do like a nighttime stream, but in this case, for me, it's an evening stream, but very unfortunate for people in the eastern side of the country. I'm so sorry. So anyways, today we are going to be reviewing Prozac Nation. And while doing, I was debating whether I should title this live, does the main character from Prozac Nation have BPD? Because this is based on a true story, and no, that woman did not have BPD. However, there's all these kind of like theories online about how the behaviors of this person in the movie, at least, not in real life, like, because we're also going to be reviewing how like the movie isn't 100% based on real life. But anyways, how a lot of the actions in the movie could be related to borderline personality disorder. I don't know, because when I actually found this movie originally when, hi BB Courts, how are you doing on this fine Monday? Unless you live in the UK, in which it's actually probably still Monday. It's either 11:30 or 12:30. Anyways, hope you're doing well. But the thing is she had gone through significant trauma in her life, and she experiences depression and some things in the movie that can be symptoms of BPD, but it doesn't mean that you have it, right? Because everyone has symptoms of a lot of things, you know what I mean? So anyways, so also, that was totally my bad, you guys. I think that this movie is going to be free on Tubi. Like, it says July 3rd, and hello, is it July 3rd, or am I like, is my computer wrong? Like, what? So that should be available at some point. There's not any crazy spoilers in this movie. I'd like to hear what you guys thought about the movie. I thought it was good. Ain't that the truth? Everyone does have symptoms of something. All I'm saying is like, every time I'm filming one of these fake disorder cringe videos, I'm like, man, like, I get why people, anyways. So Prozac Nation is a memoir of the American writer, we're not pronouncing this wrong. It's just not happening. I don't even care if we have to wait here 20 minutes. We'll just wait. Okay, fine. Elizabeth Wurtzel, Wurtzel, published in 1994. So I'd love to hear if anybody was around when this movie was popular, because apparently this was all the craze. The 90s were for sure interesting. I mean, I love the 90s, but also some questionable things. The book describes the author's experience with atypical depression. So, hold up. I got you. Like, okay. Yeah, atypical depression and BPD can have underlying similarities, such as trait mood lability. I've literally never seen that word in my life. And interpersonal sensitivity among both of them. I mean, there's more. Hold on. What even is this article? Oh yeah, overlapping symptoms. So the constructs, because I don't know a whole lot about atypical depression, and I appreciate this because I actually have some questions. For example, in the movie, she experiences what I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, are hallucinations. My question is, we will watch some clips. I'm sorry for being all over the place. But my question is, can you have hallucinations? Really? It's my cat. Hold on. Yeah, we're doing this. I'll be right back. I'm just opening the door. Okay. Love it. So some people who experience severe depression might also experience hallucinations or delusional thinking, which are symptoms also of psychosis. But depression with psychosis is also known as psychotic depression. Baby! Honey, come here, baby. She just went to the vet because my mom thought she found a tick on her, but it was just a boo-boo. Anyways, what's up, Not Bob? Hi, the troops. Sorry, was too busy having children. That's beautiful. Honey bear, come here, come here. Come here. That's honestly beautiful, though. I want children one day. I don't know. So anyways, her character failings and how she managed to live through partially difficult periods while completing college and working as a writer. Prozac for me made me very tired. And you know what my psychiatrist said? She was like, okay, I know that you feel really, really tired to the point where you can't do anything in your spare time but sleep. However, isn't that better than the alternative, which is constant anxiety? And I'm like, I mean, I am too tired to feel anxiety. Anyways, so, Prozac is a trade name for antidepressant fluoxetine. Anyways, Vutzel originally titled the book I Hate Myself and I Want to Die, but her editor convinced her otherwise and ultimately carried the subtitle Young and Depressed American, a Memoir. Okay, so we already went. So now we're gonna watch this thing I found on YouTube because the way that I found the movie originally won't work with ad blockers, okay?
Throughout this video,
what's this?
Yeah, we will delve into Elizabeth's mental health struggle.
Okay, shout out to No, wait, why can't... Oh, thank God. I was like, I'm not going to be able to show you guys. Shout out to, don't judge my tabs, Mind Film for hitting us up with today's first video. I will put this video in the description, and also we won't watch the whole thing because, to be fair to the...
Examining some of the symptoms and behaviors that might be suggestive of borderline personality disorder.
Because, like I said, when I was researching videos, I was like, okay, what movies could we do? I was like, okay, most popular movies of BPD. And this movie came up, and then I watched the movie, and it wasn't even about BPD.
Important to note that we're not attempting to diagnose Elizabeth. Rather, we're discussing the portrayal of her mental health issues in the movie. Her mental health issues can be characterized by a pattern of unstable interpersonal...
Yeah, but can we, first... I feel like we should talk about what the movie was about first. I'm so sorry. I completely spaced. Please don't be disappointed in me. I can't believe myself. I literally forgot to talk about it. So, love it. How's everyone's Monday going? Thank you so much for being here. Is anyone doing anything fun for the 4th? We know that what Prozac is, but we want to know what the movie is about, girl. So it was based on, yeah. But what is it about? Okay, fine. I'm so sorry. So basically it's about a woman who a young adult woman who goes to Harvard to become a writer, which is, I think it's funny because the girl from Girl Interrupted was also a writer. Is that like a commonality with BPD specific? I don't know. Anyways, wait. Funny thing, after the children, I was put on Prozac, but it kept me wired. Brains are weird, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? how brains are different. I could only find the movie on YouTube. I'm so sorry. Like, apparently this is a really famous movie to the point where it's one of those movies where you literally can't even find it anywhere. Fluoxetine worked for me for a few months and my friends, so I feel like it's for mild depression. Like, some antidepressants probably work better with mild to moderate or severe depression. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I guess if we're not gonna so anyways, during the movie, she, is struggling to live in a dorm away from her family in a new life, which is hard for everyone, right? However, she went through a traumatic divorce with her parents. Every divorce for a child, I'm gonna assume, is traumatic. We're gonna be talking about divorce and how it affects children. But just the yelling during the entire movie from the mother is like, that's obviously why she is always yelling back at her. Okay, so it covers her life over a decade. While the movie focuses on her year at Harvard, she deals with writer's block, sex, drugs, unexpected visits from her loser father, and like just having a general not knowing who she is, loss of identity. I guess another thing that people connect with BPD in this movie is, what is the correct word? Just casual sex. However, a lot of the people that I know IRL with BPD, I don't really know that many, but like all 5,000 of them, I don't know. You know what I mean, though? So, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people with BPD watching this being like, okay, I guess I don't have BPD then, because, so, yeah, she stayed up, like, all night writing, and my question was, what was she writing? Because when her dorm mate took the paper from her, she was writing gibberish, they said, but what does that mean? Like, does that mean that they were actually writing gibberish, or she was actually, or does it just mean she has messy handwriting? Because that would be two different forms of, because one could be explained by insomnia, I guess, I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, it's about a greater social issue, and the portrayal of one girl's mental hell. And yeah, I don't know. I recommend the movie for sure. You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought it was a very fast movie. Like, it was only an hour and a half, which I guess is a normal
relationships,
speed.
Emotional dysregulation, and
also, I'm sorry that I literally just, okay.
Impulsive behaviors. In this scene, Elizabeth is at a restaurant with her
Oh yeah, and my favorite part of this movie, y'all, look, it's the guy from Orange is the New Black, but young.
boyfriend. She suddenly experiences an intense jealousy outburst, which can be
Fam is gonna have me convinced. Mind film. I don't want the volume to be too loud, so that when my voice is too loud.
Attributed to the psychological phenomenon known as splitting and her deep-rooted fear of abandonment.
Okay, fair. Because, like, in the movie, I'm sure he'll show it here, but when he breaks up with her, she... I guess this would be the point where I ask, is that an accurate representation? I guess that could be, like, of anger issues, mood swings, but at the same time, not everyone with BPD will experience overt moods lashing out.
with common symptoms of borderline personality
He's also from American Pie. Oh my god. I've seen
disorder.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Hey, it's gonna happen. Beautiful women just...
And also, why is he Jewish and that's amazing. Like the character, he's Jewish in real life, but the character. Okay, I'll stop.
throw themselves at me.
Splitting refers to a person's inability to hold a balanced view of others or situations. They tend to perceive things as either entirely positive or completely negative, without any shades of gray in between.
Yeah, because in the movie, when she gets broken up with or when something bad happens in her life, you can see throughout that part of the movie that like everything in her life is black and white and terrible. But like I say, that if this character, because like I said, no creators of this film have claimed, to my knowledge, that this character has been at all inspired by BPD. Or not writers of this film. I guess writers of this film as in the people who converted the book into a movie. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that with trauma, you can potentially have similar symptoms of BPD.
In this case, Elizabeth's splitting causes her to shift rapidly from idealizing her boyfriend to perceiving him as a threat, fueling her overwhelming feelings of jealousy and insecurity.
You f***ed her, didn't you? What the? Are you
Okay,
crazy?
sorry. No, it's not funny.
Yell at me. I really don't know what the problem is.
Why don't you just keep fucking her if that's
Oh, I'm glad that they put this in here, because I wrote down all the parts of the movie I wanted you guys to
what
see.
you want.
In this scene, Elizabeth watches as her boyfriend kindly assists her disabled little
I'd be curious. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could just assume that this character, if nothing else, suffers from anger management.
sister. Initially, she holds him in high regard, admiring his caring and compassionate nature. However, when she observes their interaction, she suddenly jumps to the conclusion that he is sexually attracted to her sister. This misinterpretation
Yeah, that's definitely could possibly be. Anyways, like I said, just because you have symptoms doesn't mean you have it. We learn through Prozac Nation. It's the abandonment issues. The troops. Oh my god. Thank you so much for saying that. We have to... Hold on, let's put a pin in that. Because I wanted to talk about how depression affects children and people when they grow up, and also abandonment issues. Because that's absolutely, now that I'm thinking about it, that makes complete sense, right? Because, you know, she had been abandoned multiple times before in her life, and you're so afraid that you're going to be abandoned again that you'll, you know, do things that this person, you know, that's the main character
leads her to devalue him, casting him in a negative light.
Ellen, you go to bed and we'll go to the park tomorrow, okay? Come on, please. Just please. Hey, you want to go to the park tomorrow? Huh?
Oh, I think that might have been a deliberate build-up for the movie, as in, so she came to visit her boyfriend unannounced, right? He was visiting his family, and she came on a plane to visit, even though he said he didn't think it would be a very good idea. So, but yeah, and then it was really good. She's like, oh my god, this boy, you know, he's so sweet to his sister and all that. She's deeply in love with him, black and white thinking. And then he breaks up with her, and it's just...
Might have to take her to the doctor.
My sister was diagnosed with borderline. Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that. I was gonna ask, but I don't want to ask any personal questions, you know what I mean?
This carries on much longer. I don't know what we're gonna do.
He's so young.
What is it?
You get off on this.
The borderline cycle? The borderline cycle?
What?
Stage 4?
This does it for you.
This drastic shift in perception is an example of the unstable relationship appraisals frequently seen in individuals.
So true. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone with BPD, but with BPD, you are constantly looking for a reason that not specifically just your romantic partner, but probably amplified with your romantic partner. You're constantly looking for reasons that they might leave you so you can emotionally prepare yourself for trauma.
Individuals with borderline personality disorder. Their evaluations of others can quickly swing from idealization to devaluation, often based on misinterpretations or fear of abandonment, making it challenging for them to maintain stable, long-term relationships.
What are you talking about?
You hid her from me. Don't you think there's a reason for that?
Yeah, so basically he hid the fact that he had a sister to her because of his own insecurities, whatever reasons. But a person with trauma, she will take it and be like, no, you clearly you didn't tell me about your sister because you don't trust me with that information.
Don't you think that tells me something?
Oh, Christ.
You're some kind of creepy voyeur.
Yeah, and then like when you're seeing people's reactions to her splitting behaviors, or they could be mimicking splitting behaviors, but you just gotta think to yourself like, oh my God, you're not helping the situation.
You like other people's misery.
You're sick. You really are. You're really sick.
Then again, I should say that like if anyone has ever been in a situation with someone who is splitting, you can prepare as much as you want to, but I can't really judge because you never know how exactly you'll react. I don't know.
Tell me it's not true.
This scene also...
Yes, how accurate is this entire movie to BPD? Does she? But thank you so much. I actually can reach out with any questions though, because when I make my videos, like I try to like reach out to people with that actual disorder so that you can tell me like, girl, no.
underscores that
it's happened before.
Challenges related to the impaired theory of mind, often seen in individuals with BPD. Although they may possess a strong sense of empathy, their ability to accurately assess the intentions of others can be hindered sharp at all. 2011, it's essential to approach Elizabeth's experience in this scene and similar situations with compassion and sensitivity, as it mirrors the real-life struggles faced by those living with borderline personality disorder. By fostering empathy and understanding, we can better appreciate the complexities of BPD and support those affected by the...
I just think this video is amazing, first of all. Like, thank you, Mind Film. But also, I don't know that the character actually has BPD.
...condition. In this scene, Elizabeth is shown engaging in impulsive behaviors, such as substance abuse, while experimenting with substances can be a part of
well, not yes that she was experiencing substance abuse, but yes, I completely forgot to talk about it.
Teenage exploration. It's important to consider the broader context of Elizabeth's actions. It's not just the substance abuse in isolation, but rather the pattern of impulsive and self-destructive behaviors, combined with her emotional instability and difficulties in relationships that suggest her struggles are rooted in a deeper underlying issue, such as BPD. Recognizing these patterns can help us better understand.
Help me diagnose this character. This movie has always hit home and I'm diagnosed borderline. BB Quartz, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here. And I'm just going to say that, oh my God, why do I make those weird faces? Because when okay, sorry, stop talking about my face. I have definitely struggled with substance abuse, LMAO. Yes, not every single person with BPD, but, you know, a lot of people with trauma will turn to substances to feel something that they were supposed to feel but never did. For example, a child growing up with repeated, you know, emotional trauma, they will lack certain chemicals in the brain that, you know, I don't remember the name of, but those chemicals never grew. So you finally, some people with trauma will finally feel that happiness, that comfort feeling from abusing substances. Yeah, as a person who's also struggled with substances, it's like, I just don't understand how people can just use it without abusing it. Like, how do you just go to sleep at night and then wake up in the morning and just not use it again? Like, what? Why? What? We have to make another live about addiction. It's a common thread. You're 100% right. Thank you. I'm like, I don't want to speak for anyone, and especially not an entire community of a group of people, for sure. Like, that would not be cute. My mom hated smoking, so I smoke. Not Bob. Oh my God, my dad is that. Okay, he hates smoking so bad. He's like, okay, let's finish this.
And empathize with
Speaking of
Elizabeth's
smoking.
experience, as well as the experiences of others who face similar challenges. Living with BPD can make it challenging for individuals to regulate their emotions,
So true.
maintain stable relationships, and control impulsive behavior.
I gotta take inspo from this guy. This guy knows what he's talking about.
However, understanding the disorder can help us approach individuals like Elizabeth with empathy and compassion, acknowledging that their actions may stem from their struggles with BPD. It is crucial to encourage and support individuals with BPD in seeking appropriate treatment, such as therapy, to help them develop better coping mechanisms.
Yeah. But if you can relate to Prozac Nation and you're not diagnosed with BPD, fear not. However, another thing that I did find in common with BPD was the SH. And like I said, if you have BPD and you don't engage in SH, 115% valid. You know what I mean? However, it is a symptom. Okay, whatever. 90% of the time. Okay, so I don't know. What should we do first? We could do the movie review, because people are talking about how. Okay, let's just begin this. The film is not very good. New York Times. What? It was deemed to be not worth the money, and that it would have not. It would deem. Excuse me. It was at last deemed to not be worth the money that would have taken to release it. Wow, Michelle, that was the worst sentence I've ever had in my life. It is a true story, of course, but like all memoirs, wait, hold on, my text to voice is working.
Wurzel.
Witzel's book is a sort of true story. The story where she owns. Wait. No, this is actually a comprehensive film review. The film lacks a steady context as it's a result of Wiesel comes across primarily as a needy whiner. No! Okay. I understand that could be like being a needy whiner is you could be mistaken for being a needy whiner if you are having these symptoms. But that is an outside perspective for sure. As in this, I don't know. I feel like that comment was written by someone who has not struggled with mental illness. Okay. Prozac Nation is a film from the chaotic and troubled life of Elizabeth Wiesel, who wrote a book by the same name at 27 years old. Wiesel, who battled addiction and many mental health issues, sadly died from breast cancer complications in 2020. That's sad. I'm sorry, I don't know, it's like, I was just thinking about how that was actually pretty recent. Christina Ricci stars as Wiesel in the film, a young woman in her first year of Harvard who struggles with self-image issues, substance abuse, depression, impulsive, self-destructive behaviors. Though her diagnosis in the film is depression, the main character's symptoms are all indicative of borderline personality disorder. Okay, no, but wait a second. Stop playing games. I'm on this website. I'll put these all in the description. 9 BPD movies about borderline personality disorder. This is number 1. Okay. And then, okay, I'll tell you guys the next ones. 13, Fatal Attraction, Silver Linings Playbook, Monster, Frances, Rachel Getting Married, Girl Interrupted, Margot at the Wedding, and that's it. We could always review those, y'all. Yeah, people are saying they have a hard time watching it because it hits so close to home. Wait. The variations of how BPD symptoms present are so diverse. Anyone could have a combinations of symptoms, and there's many ways that individuals are valid. That's a wild way to put it. Thank you for that, though. That's beautiful. Absolutely. Because what I'm trying to say, y'all, is that two people with BPD could act vastly different and have vastly different symptoms. Okay, so the book is amazing. Definitely one to get your hands on. It's well written, and you can read it in one easy sitting. It just, in the way the parents interacted, hits too close to home. The way she can't sit still without thoughts racing through her mind. Yeah, absolutely. I wish we could watch more clips, but I'm not. We'll watch them at the end or like later. I find the movie to be creepily accurate to my life, thus making it hard to watch. But I made it through a few times. Yeah, no. So. Trigger warning for SH, maybe click off for about 2 minutes, but if you don't feel comfortable with that. However, in the movie, when she was engaging in SH, somebody comes into the room and they just give her the most disappointed look. And unfortunately, that is one inaccurate representation for a lot of people. Just the blatant, no, you're selfish. You are doing this, and her child walked in, which is just a completely unfortunate situation. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. So so now we're going to talk about, for a little while, how divorce can affect children. Couldn't relate more. My parents got divorced when I was 3 years old, and I'm sure a lot of people with divorced or separated parents will understand that when I say, like, how are parents even together? Like, it just feels wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Research has documented that parental divorce/separation is associated with an increased risk for child and adolescent adjustment problems, including academic difficulties, example, lower grades and school dropouts, disruptive behaviors, example, conduct and substance use problems. Hold on. 2/3 or 75% of people with substance abuse problems report histories of abuse and trauma. Shall we continue? I can't close these tabs because I have to save them for later. I hate my life. And a depressed mood. Well, yeah. I mean, that's also a symptom of being in the 21st century. Okay, sorry. Offspring of divorce-separated parents are also more likely to engage in risky sexual behaviors, live in poverty, and experience their own family instability. The risk typically increases by a factor between 1.5 and 2. Still, most children whose parents divorce are resilient and exhibit no obvious psychological problems. Yeah, no, but what we were saying earlier about the whole, if your parents are separated, you're statistically more likely to separate with your spouse. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, doing the math in my head about how unlikely it is to, like, anyways. Families often report feelings, painful feelings or encounters such as worrying about events like graduations or weddings when both parents will be present. No, my parents are funny together. I don't know. They do not really get along, but they get along. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Mediating the situation, including mediating the association, including less effective parenting, interpersonal conflict, economic struggles, and limited contact with one parent, typically the father, listed in decreasing order from, marital instability presents are not a single factor, but a cascade from a sequelae for children. Why? Okay. And what else? So the connection between childhood trauma and addiction. Sorry, you guys. I have a tab open for this, but I want to make sure. Okay, yes, it is literally the same tab. There is an ongoing investigation into how addiction is created, or I'm sorry, substance abuse. I hate the term addict. The relationship between childhood trauma and susceptibility to addiction can be understood when one knows how experience influences the brain's development. Although none can deny the importance of biology and genetics in the brain's development, the human brain has an innate ability to respond and adapt to environmental stimulation. As the brain begins growing and maturing during childhood, it creates, strengthens, and occasionally discards neural connections, which compose a network between neurons that imbue the brain with its many functions. One's experience affects the brain's development in similar manners as learning to speak or walk, causing certain synapses or connections between neurons to develop or grow stronger or to break. In short, the growth of the brain and its eventual physical structure are significantly affected by one's experiences, both positive and negative. I like to kind of imagine it like a tree. Like a child is kind of like a tree growing, and its branches have the opportunity to grow, but if it's not like watered or, then, I'm just imagining that because that's kind of how I see neurons in my head. Okay. Wait. Christina Ricci actually has BPD and promotes a lot of mental health movies. Be for real. Wait, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Let me see here. Okay, so here's some scenes from this movie. And then we'll talk about...
Hi. You're late. You're a day late.
What can I say? You know how it is. Anyway, you know what? I thought I'd have to be dealing
Where's
with
my
your
notebook?
secretary by now. You're
Where's my
such
notebook?
a big shot journalist writing for Rolling Stone.
Did you read it?
You know, I want you to remember this, honey.
Okay, this is the mom getting jealous about her daughter being on the phone with her dad.
It's no.
I'm sure this is a little bit relatable.
Who is it?
Mom, it's no.
Don't listen to her.
Please, Mom.
Look at you, the two of you. Go on, you're so in love with him.
Mom.
Can you hear that? Do you hear it?
Dad.
Why I don't call?
Where was he your whole childhood? Where?
Oh, I forgot. We can't play more than 30 seconds when it's actually playing the movie. Okay, but here's my thing, y'all. Is like, if you grow up with people constantly screaming at you when things get difficult, how are you supposed to even know another way to do it? You know what I mean? I always say, y'all, it's like if you've never been shown the color green before and you're expected to know what that color is.
Just stop it! I just wanted to talk to him.
You know, Lizzie, I'm at the end of my rope. I've been working extra hours.
And then the mom goes on about how I do so much for you, and you go away with your father. I work extra hours for you.
I never go out.
I never go
buy
out.
Clothes. I spend all our money on your therapy.
Like, what is this? Like, I'm so sorry if anyone has experienced a parent like this, because she's saying, like, you going to therapy, girl, just so you know, is a burden on my life.
All our money. Daddy pays, Mom.
That is
Think he
me.
pays?
And then there's all this monetary confusion, which is all too relatable.
You think he's paying? He doesn't pay 1 cent. Not.
Bro, whose parent talk like this? I'm so sorry. Trigger warning for freaking screaming. I was abused by my father, and I was so very happy when they got divorced when I was in the 9th grade. The troops... First of all, I'm so sorry that you were happy. I mean, I'm sorry that you were happy, because that means that you were aware, you know, of... Sorry, you were aware of all of this problem that at this point you were just like, you know what, this is a good idea. Whereas a lot of children, I mean, I was 3 years old, I didn't really understand, but I was like upset about it. Like, I didn't want them to get divorced because it just doesn't make sense to a 3-year-old. Definitely different for a 7-year-old. And when did the parents get divorced? How old was Elizabeth? Because there's a time frame that can psychologically, statistically, be a little bit more likely to be more difficult for the child. I originally thought that it was about 3 to 5 years old or something, but then I found out that it could be more around like 5 to 8, because the child understands enough to understand what's going on, but they also don't have the understanding, as in they'll think it's their fault.
1 single red cent!
That's not true.
Oh, you want me to show you? Huh? You want to see? You want to see how much I'm paying, still paying on your last term bill? Huh? Here, look at these. Look at these. There, look at that, Lizzie.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Last one.
I'm sorry, these conversations were throwing me, because like the way that these conversations go from like super angry at each other to apologetic is like it's sending me.
Want to see how much I'm paying this Dr. Sterling?
Oh, so yeah, it's the lady from American Horror Story.
I'm sorry. No, you're not going to talk your way out of this, Lizzie. Ask her who pays her.
Okay, we get it.
You know it's my fault for spoiling
Wait.
you the way I did. I killed myself to get you to Harvard, and you come back looking like a zombie.
I know, I'm sorry.
Spoiling you. You want to say hello, my love? Would you like to say hello? You say, I love my new red dot, Mom. I love it so much. You say, I went to the vet today. Or wait. Okay, sorry. She's like, I'm too famous for this.
But when he calls... My God, a party? And you're a stupid pear tart!
What's this one?
It's the music magazine.
Oh, I'm happy we get to watch this one. So I was very confused by this scene. Basically, okay, let's just watch it. I don't even know how to explain. So she's having dinner with her grandparents, right? And hold on. Sorry, my cat has, like, she's allergic to everything, so I think she has a new boo-boo.
Honey.
They want her to work for them. Yeah. Paid work for Rolling Stone.
Hey,
I mean, definitely abusing alcohol, you know, accurate. However, I don't know about this whole social functioning thing. Hold on, I don't know. Like, what? I mean, maybe this was for, like, dramatic effect, but also... Okay.
I think she was up writing late last night.
I wouldn't have gone into care if my dad got the backbone to divorce my mom. Or mum. Nah, Bob, that's terrible. I mean, just thinking about how that... Unfortunately, yeah, a lot of people are like, you know what, my parents are or were still together when I was, you know, growing up, but I wish they weren't. And there's just various reasons why people will stay together, but yeah, absolutely. I will say that, like, there is divorce trauma. However, definitely not worth trying to make their relationship work. You know what I mean? If clearly, you know, it's just not... I don't even know why people would stay together. If it's for monetary reasons.
Were you up writing late last night, honey?
I haven't written anything in months.
She's always working on something. She just doesn't like to talk about it.
Oh, like you've ever read any of it?
I don't know, the parent bragging about their kid. I don't know, I think that's just more of a parent thing.
Lizzie, this isn't very nice.
You want one?
Can't relate. Also, I don't have atypical depression though, so.
what's wrong with her?
Nothing. Ma, nothing's wrong
Gotta keep up the perfect facade.
with her.
She's drunk.
Of course I'm drunk.
She's just tired.
She's as skinny as a ghost.
She's overtired. They work so hard up there. Lizzie.
Is she on drugs?
Oh, I wish I was on drugs.
Lizzie.
Did she...
Did she? Sorry, I just wanted to watch until that part. Yeah, that that part with the parents arguing, I don't know. Hold on, let me see if there's... Okay. Yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, I'm considering whether I should title this live, is this movie an accurate representation of BPD? However, I'm not trying to break, like, the Goldwater standard or whatever and be like, because, me? Oh no. There's so much divorce in today, in our society, and it's just treated like, I don't know. I do want to preface though that, like, if parents have a divorce, yes, that can be traumatic depending on the child. However, definitely, as our friends in the comment are saying, like, not as traumatic as if they had stayed together, you know, because there's an ultimate reason they're getting a divorce. My mother would do or say anything positive or wonderful about her children and to other people, especially at church, just to make her seem like the greatest mother ever. Yes, absolutely. I don't know what kind of parenting that is, but that is definitely the parent in this movie book. And you can see how it affects her daughter, but you can also see how like this mother's, her daughter doing well is almost more important than her well-being. What else? She went to see a psychiatrist. Yeah, I don't know. It was... What about atypical depression? Because I have not done a whole lot of research on atypical depression before. Atypical depression is also called major depression with atypical features. It is a specific type of depression in which the symptoms stray from traditional criteria. One symptom specific to atypical depression is a temporary mood improvement. Yeah. So in the movie, she would go through these moments of depression and talk about how it just hit her like a ton of bricks and she was not expecting it. I found that part of the movie to be very accurate to depression. This is known as mood reactivity. Other key symptoms include increased appetite or decreased and rejection sensitivity. Atypical doesn't mean the condition is odd or unusual. It just means it's difficult. It's what? It's different. It's difficult from typical depression. So what is the difference between atypical depression and depression? They both involve prolonged feelings of sadness and hopelessness. The main difference is that in atypical depression, your mood can temporarily brighten as a result of positive events, such as like a fun birthday party. In typical major depression, your depressed mood is usually constant. In typical major depression. Is that true? Because like I feel like when you have typical depression, you can also go through swings, but go off. Typical depression often causes a loss of appetite and insomnia, or the opposite, eating too much and sleeping too much, or difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, whereas atypical depression usually causes an increase of appetite. Specifically an increase of appetite. What? Because in the movie, like, it was the opposite though, but like, it's probably not for every case. And feeling sleepy despite sleeping enough or too much. In addition, atypical depression tends to begin in earlier age and last longer, often becoming a chronic condition, more of a chronic condition than typical depression. Typically, atypical depression is twice as likely to affect women, people assigned female at birth, than men, and people assigned male at birth. It tends to begin in early teen years or early 20s. Despite its name, atypical depression is quite common. It affects 15 to 36% of people with depressive disorder. Yeah, I wouldn't say that is very uncommon. Finally, a statistic that's not 1%. Approximately 121 people worldwide have depressive disorder. That's it. So yeah, I don't know. A narcissistic mother thing? I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about, yeah, absolutely. Not necessarily, the mother doesn't have to have like a personality disorder or a narcissistic personality disorder. However, having narcissistic qualities, for sure. I can definitely see that this mother in the movie, I don't know, had some qualities, but, you know. Anyways, I don't know, you guys. If you're considering whether you should watch this movie, I actually do recommend it. I think it does a great job of, like, explaining mental illness from the person's perspective. And I don't know, let me know if you think that Elizabeth was suffering from BPD, or if that could just be symptoms confused with atypical depression. I would love to know. Hi, Peniel Peggy, how are you doing on this fine Monday? Yeah, I don't know, I guess, yeah, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on if you're feeling risky. And I next week's movie, I'm gonna do research on all of them before I make them or make the live, so that you guys can actually watch it without having to pay for it. But it almost seems like bipolar to me as well. Staying awake for days, being manic, and then very depressed. Thank you. Yeah, that part of the movie threw me. I was like, she could be going through... So, yeah, basically what you're talking about is how, during the movie she would write for days on end. Her roommates would say that she is, she smells bad and she's not feeding herself. I would be curious as to you guys' thoughts on that. It could be a mood disorder. I don't know if, in borderline personality disorder can be confused with bipolar disorder. Am good. I thought you said on God. Am good. How yous? Seemed I missed the stream. I will watch the replay. Yeah, it was a chill stream. It was a shorter movie. I don't know, but anyways, I plan to go live maybe tomorrow or the day after so that we can talk about the dissociative drama from June, because we were supposed to go live on the 1st, but it didn't work out. I'm so sorry. Tragic. And we had a streak, you guys, and it's broken. But yeah, anyways, make sure to check out the community tab. At least by Wednesday, there will be a voting up there if you are interested in voting. I hope everyone has a fabulous day, night, or whatever the case may be. And peace out.